I'm Eric Loy, and welcome to Eric Loy Interviews. On this podcast, we talk with folks from the VTuber community on their channels, their talents, their stories, where they come from, and their plans for the future. Ghostly Serene joins us. Hi.
Hello.
Please introduce yourself to everybody.
Hello, everybody. My name is Ghostly Serene, also known as just Serene. I am your local chaotic fennec fox hyena hybrid who is also a shadow entity. I'm a singer by day, and by nighttime, I'm your lovable chaotic bounty hunter.
And so you are a singer. Have you got
Mhm.
anything up we can hear right now?
I don't have anything at the moment, unfortunately. I'm still learning to do covers, but I usually do karaoke a lot on streams.
Cool. Now that takes some guts. I haven't hit a note on purpose since 1985, so it's been a while. But I always envy those who do, and those who can do that in front of an audience. Um, have you always been someone who could get out in front of an audience and sing?
Absolutely not. I am the most shyest person. One of the main reasons why I started doing karaoke on streams is because of actually a few of my friends, as well as people who tune into my streams, just their positive energy means so much to me. And every time I sing, they could just tell when I'm nervous, and they always bring lovable, cheerful, warm, welcoming comments, and it makes me more confident in myself.
And that is cool. That's great. That's a great positive thing to have from your community and from your friends to have that behind you.
Yeah.
My friends will call the police if I start singing, and well, I mean it's justified, but really it's great to hear that this is kind of put a little wind beneath your wings as far as that goes, and give you the confidence to do it. When you started streaming, was there a kind of a hesitancy to get in front of an audience?
There was at first. I thought I was either going to be too shy or I wasn't going to be like that great of a content creator at first, but it's just the little steps that make it worth it, as well as just the first comment and seeing how like something so little can change a person's life
Mhm.
or make someone just have a happy day and change their day from being like sad or stressful to happy is it just really meaningful. And when you see that happen, it just inspires you more to continue doing what you love.
Oh, that's great. I mean, that's a great observation, and I wish people would take that into consideration. I wish I would take that into consideration more when dealing with people. But it's just you don't have to solve everybody's problems. You can just kind of you know open a door for them or something, and maybe that's what keeps them from having the worst day of their life, and gives them a better positive outlook. Just a little bit of a nudge behind somebody is sometimes just as good as fixing the problems for them.
Yeah, just like a little pick me up.
Yeah, something positive, and the more positive you can do, the better. Did you get when did you get started on VTubing?
I think it was about 2, 3 years ago I started. I
Mm-hmm.
started off as a little PNG,
Mm-hmm.
and then I slowly continued with upgrading my own design. I think I've had about 5 to 6 redesigns. I went from being like a kitsune samurai
Mm-hmm.
to it's supposed to be like a Cheshire cat type thing,
Mm-hmm.
and I went to being a bird, back to a fox, and now I'm a fox hyena hybrid, which I actually wasn't going to be a hyena at first until a few of my buddies and some of my fans were saying that my energy and the way I laugh apparently represent a hyena. So I'm like, hey, why not? Let me go this route, see how it goes.
So you talk
And
about you
I'm
talk about
loving it.
talk about being an agile streamer. You've been a lot of things.
Yeah.
It's good that you've got that type of a community that you can interact with them, and in a positive way. It doesn't always happen. That's good for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. And when you got started, why did you get started? I mean, what appealed to you?
So when I was first starting with streaming, I thought stream would be a good route because I actually got inspired by a bunch of YouTubers and other VTubers like Iron Mouse, as well as
Mhm.
Markiplier, and then Amalie. She was one of my favorites. Listening to her YouTube covers, she was one of my inspirations for singing as well. But I was deciding over Facecam or VTubing, and I thought the VTubing route was best to go because I'm not one who's confident to show my face on camera just yet,
Hmm.
but also the fact that I thought it'd be fun to play as like a cool character and just like be able to feel a bit confident with just playing as a character and being like kind of like a little anime character seems fun,
Yeah.
as well as I thought it'd be a nice little way to break out of my nerves instead of like going in person out to like sing. It'd be better to do it digitally first, see how it goes, see how
Right.
people react, and kind of like little by little build the confidence. And the way it's going so far, I absolutely love it. And slowly, day by day, I'm getting the confidence to actually go out in person and start singing and stuff.
That is cool. Now, are you doing singing offline for folks? Have you stepped out on stage?
Not yet, but I'm tempted to try to do it soon. I actually have a few of my viewers and stuff said I should try like America's Got Talent or so. So
Oh,
I'm thinking and leaning towards trying to audition one day.
oh. Well, I wish you all the best in that. That takes a lot of courage, but
Thank you.
yeah, really, I hope you do it, and I hope we see you on there, and in enjoying yourself and showing people what you got. But this is a good chance for you to do it and take your first kind of baby steps into it. And you just with the persona and the model that you have, it gives you that little extra shield of confidence, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So when you got started, how quick did you kind of assimilate in yourself into the VTuber society? Did it take a while to get your feet on the ground?
It did, and I'll be honest, sometimes it still is taking me a little time to get used to putting my feet into the VTubing community and get used to it little by little.
Hmm.
But I think I am more like into it than I was beforehand.
Hmm. Is it still just a question of being comfortable with the community, or is it where you just haven't? How am I trying to put this? Is it just a question of not being all completely comfortable with other folks yet in the VTuber community?
Yeah, especially unfortunately with a lot of drama and stuff that's happened, it's a little more hectic to try to like get used to people or comfortable, but little by little you start to figure out how it goes and like who's good, who's not good.
Yeah, who to avoid, like old interview guys who take up your time and get the wrong dates and stuff. folks, folks, I've had an interesting week, and I've pushed poor Serene around a little bit as far as time goes, and I really do appreciate your patience with me as far as this interview goes, because I think you're a very interesting person, and being able
Thank you.
to step in and do as well as you've done, and get the chance to expand what you want to do. That's a great way to express what this particular medium can do for you, and I'm glad you're able to do that.
Thank you.
Yeah,
I love doing what I do so much, especially if I could just help people.
yeah. Well, you do by entertaining folks, you're helping people, and continuing along those lines. Now, I saw your cookie ranking the other day. Um, I don't know if I agree with all of them, but your taste is taste. Um, but I do. I also appreciate where you put vanilla wafers. People don't. Some people don't even think those are cookies, but they are.
They're the best.
They are, and I really wish I could find. They used to make sugar-free ones of those, and yeah,
Ooh.
yeah. And I'm because of some surgeries I've had in the past, I can't deal with sugar, but a lot of sugar. And when I found those sugar-free ones, I was pounding those boxes.
They might have some on probably Amazon.
Yeah, I've looked. Like, why
Aw.
why do you take the one thing I love away from me? But is that the type of thing you want to do with your stream? Kind of shake it up a little bit, a little games and other things that you work on.
Yeah, so at first I was just mainly focusing on karaoke and then some collabs, but
Hmm.
slowly I've started leaning towards just doing like kind of solo content, such as just streaming by myself
Hmm.
or doing like tier lists. And recently I've tried doing reactions to YouTube videos.
Yeah,
I eventually want to do more stuff where it's just chatting and more tier lists, just to try to kind of mix up the diversity of the streams and the content.
yeah. It does seem like those tend to allow the host, the VTuber, to interact with chat a little bit more.
Mhm.
Well, is that something you and the games will kind of tend to pull away from that? When you've done the collaborations, has it been hard for you to interact with chat while you're doing those?
Quite a bit, because I also get nervous of trying to speak to chat, but then accidentally interrupting somebody who's in the collab. So I tend to just kind of type in the chat instead.
Yeah, yeah. That I can imagine that can really split your brain if you're really working on something like that. But then you did with Lethal Company, which will split anybody's brain anyway.
Yeah.
That
It's
was
even worse because I have a bad memory as well as ADHD, so I get so distracted very easily.
oh, that that really puts you all over the place in a game like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had my fair share of funny, silly moments when it comes to my mind, especially I had was playing Valorant one day with one of my buddies on stream and they say, "Oh, they're shooting from the left," and I go, "Which way is left?"
No, that's that. I can tell you this: as you get older, it happens a lot more often.
Yeah.
You just kind of get used to it at that point. Your other left. Thank you. It, it, the collaborating with folks. Have you found that easy to do? Is it something that you kind of natural, or did you know people before you started?
I it took me a bit to find some people, but some groups tend to fall out unfortunately because of many factors, but
Uh-huh.
every once in a while I'll get used to a group of people and then I'll be like comfortable to be myself and be like the chaotic normal self I am when it comes to collabs. But it's like little by little it takes time for me to get used to people.
And it does take some trust too, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Mhm. And I hear from folks saying that they can fall into that real easily, but some folks it takes a while to really get comfortable with other people to not just trust them but trust themselves with it. What's the case with you as far as that goes?
So me, I would say it does take me a bit of time to get comfortable with people or to trust people, but at the same time, I also am the type of person who easily will trust people in the sense of I believe the good in people too much to where sometimes it could be a bad thing because I'll believe it even if they're kind of like they seem to be giving red flags or so, because I just want to believe that there are good in people and that people can be nice, but unfortunately, in some cases that isn't what it is.
And it's unfortunate that people have to kind of learn that, and they get burned in the process. But there's always going to be somebody who's there who's there for chaos, but not in a good way.
Yeah.
Whether they're jealous of what you're able to do, or they're just plain bad people. And have you been able to avoid that so far for the most part?
I had one bad situation, but other than that, everything's been kind of smooth sailing.
That's good. I like to hear that, especially from someone who seems to be a very positive person. Are you generally a positive person?
I try to be the best I can. One of the things that helps out a lot with that is try not to get involved in any like drama, especially on Twitter. Twitter is filled with a lot of drama, unfortunately, so I try my best to avoid that, which makes it a bit more easier.
It certainly is. That may be one of the biggest understatements you ever make. So it has some drama. Yes, it certainly does. What type of games do you like to do online when you're gaming?
So when I'm gaming, I a lot of the games that I tend to play is the one that I play a lot is Overwatch,
Mm.
and sometimes I'll play Valorant. But games that I really enjoy playing is Overwatch is definitely one of them, but I love me some horror games such as Resident Evil.
Mm.
Resident Evil 4 I absolutely loved playing, and then Dead by Daylight was one of my favorites, as well as I do love Lethal Company. It's a pretty funny game to play.
Yeah.
And there's one game that I really wish to play, but I have to wait till I get a capture card first to play it, and that would be Kingdom Hearts. That game holds it holds a special place in my heart.
Mm. Yeah. Sometimes there's a game that you just have a lot of memories playing, and for some one reason or another, just catches you, and that's the one for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have Kingdom Hearts. Me and my two older brothers would play it, and I would just like sit down watching them play it. It was Kingdom Hearts 2 that I remember exact. And we grew up around that, and I remember when Kingdom Hearts 3 first came out,
Yeah.
we all got it and all tried to like play it as quick as we can to see who the first to beat it would be.
That's great memories. That's excellent. So gaming really has been a pretty good part of your life.
Yep.
Yeah, and to be able to kind of translate that into a continuing part of your life, that's a great thing to be able to do.
It really is.
Yeah. Now the singing part. Um, you see, you haven't been someone who's been out on the stage singing. Have you always kind of had that inside you where you wanted to go out and sing in public and cover these songs and just didn't have the ability or situation where you could?
Absolutely. Since I was little, I always wanted to like sing in front of people or just sing for people, but I did have a time frame in when I was little to where I had a bad group of friends who would make fun of me and all this.
Mm,
So unfortunately, that does break your confidence quite a bit. I don't talk to them any longer. It's
good.
been over, I would say, 7 years since then,
Hmm.
and it's been going well so far. My confidence is gaining back or pretty quickly.
Yeah.
I mix up my words a lot. Sorry about
No
that.
worries. No worries. Yeah.
But slowly and slowly, my confidence is getting back. But I really want to start trying to do some covers of songs. One of my biggest things to try to do is do a entire Disney playlist and do just
Wow.
fill that with Disney covers.
Yeah. So you're one of them Disney folks, huh?
Yep.
Is one of those covers going to be Let It Go?
Close. It would be Into the Unknown.
Oh, well, I'm just joking with you because if you've got the voice to do it, do it. And and I think what you probably find out is that it's going to blossom and you're going to enjoy yourself a lot more. And even if somebody finds out about it, who cares at this point because you're enjoying yourself.
Yeah.
Well, you just show them because it's tough to have a group of people you consider friends that aren't necessarily building you up. Um, I hope you're far enough away from that now where you don't have to worry about it.
Yes, thankfully.
Well,
I've met I have two group of friends right now, actually three group of friends right now that are they're very supportive and very nice people. And even if some of them may be busy at times doing their own things and kind of like slowly ranking up there, they still are good people and still check up once in a while. So
yeah. Did you find some friends online this way?
I have actually. Before I started streaming, I met a group of friends on Overwatch.
Mhm.
I still talk to one or two of them, and one of them supports me daily when it comes to my streaming stuff and will help me with like streaming tips and this and that. And the other people who I do start streaming with and collab with, or just uh, play games with off stream, I actually met them on a Discord server for VTubers to connect and group up with one another.
Cool. And that's great. It's giving you an opportunity to expand your social base too, as well as everything else. I think it's wonderful that you've gotten this opportunity.
The other thing I'd have to say is too is I do have an esports team that I compete with.
Oh,
So they're really great people, amazing family. They're the type of people who even if they don't know a person in real life or they haven't met the person for that long,
mm,
they would be willing to we had a teammate once whose PlayStation died on them
oh,
and they one of the members had an extra one on the side, and they sent that right over to them.
Whoa. So what type of esports are you playing?
Overwatch.
Mm. So basically, don't mess with you in Overwatch.
Yeah. I'm I don't know if you know the one meme that people would make where it's supposed to be Mercy from Overwatch. She's this angelic character,
Right.
and they made a meme called the Hurricane Katrina, and it has Mercy shooting her gun and just flying around.
Yeah.
That tends to be me.
Uh, well, I mean that's wonderful that you've been able to do this. When you were younger, um, and you were playing games, obviously you said as you were younger. Did you ever imagine being able to be on for an audience of people that could be on the other side of the planet?
Not really. The most I thought I would probably do was just I remember when I was little, all I thought I was going to be able to do was be like a baker or be like a veterinarian, but I never thought I'd be performing online for people.
Well, you can still do it. You can still do that too. You know, you can be a veterinarian
Yeah,
baker, and I know a lot of dogs and cats that would appreciate that.
yeah.
But
I feel like if I also were to be a veterinarian, my I have a Pomsky puppy, and he would be extremely jealous every time I get back home.
oh yeah, yeah, they know right away. And we've got 8 cats. They know
No.
they know exactly where we've been, and when we pull in the driveway for work each night, uh, the ones that are inside outside are always on the hood before I get out of the car. Where have you been? They want to know exactly, and then they want to know where their food is. But it's it's great that you're able to obviously enjoying yourself right now. What have you got coming up? Have you got any games you're looking to stream on the horizon, or any type of events that you have going on?
So there are two games that I want to stream soon. I want to do a complete rerun of Resident Evil,
Hmm.
especially since I the last time I played Resident Evil 4 was when I had my old model, and my old model was the Harpy one, but
Hmm.
now I have my Fox model, and I'm supposed to be getting that upgraded pretty soon too.
Hmm.
That'll probably be out towards like summer, autumn time.
Cool.
But the other game I really want to try on stream would be Baldur's Gate. I've heard a lot of people saying good things about it.
Yeah.
And then I want to try doing more community events in my Discord, try to get that liven up a little bit, and pretty soon I'm going to be doing movie nights in there.
Sounds like you've got a plan. And
I have a few friends who are helping me out with that too, so it makes it even easier.
well, it makes it better because
Yeah.
it really does create a community, and it sounds like it's sounds like everything's embraced you as you've embraced it. It's a very um, mutual type of good thing for the both of you,
Mhm.
and that's a great thing to have. Um, I really do appreciate you taking the time to come on because you've got your fingers in a lot of pies. A lot when so tell me a little bit before we finish off here about e-gaming and the competition that you're in. How often do you compete? Is it a weekly type of thing? Are there special events?
So it depends on the different type of I'm trying to think of the word organizations, that's the word.
Right.
It depends on the organizations that you are. So some of them, depending on which one, they'll have different events throughout different time periods or different seasons.
Hmm.
Right now, ours is currently just the one that I'm in mainly is trying to just figure out the rules and stuff because Overwatch did have a few issues with their comp, so
Right.
all the roles and stuff kind of got jambled everywhere. So
Hmm.
they're waiting until that kind of dies down a little bit so everybody can be placed properly and be able to actually not worry about being in games with like higher tier people or lower tier people and it
Right.
being like unfair to each team or party.
Hmm.
But so far we are in another league too, so we're doing those every week, I would say. And then we do scrimmages and practices every 2 days a week.
Wow. You've got a full online life.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
It's pretty fun.
it's great to see her. I can hear your smile from here when you talk about it. And it's great to know that you've been able to bloom on the internet, and we're going to be able to hear you singing. And uh, there's nothing like hearing somebody uh, in their first couple of performances and realizing the effect that they have on people. And I can't wait to hear and see when you're next when we next get to hear that voice.
I think the one time people wish I didn't sing was whenever I decided to just kind of switch it up on them and sing as Mickey Mouse.
Well, that's, as long as you don't get a cease and desist, you're fine. I work at a police station. Just call them and say, I'm going to be doing this, and they won't come out. They won't do anything about it. Serene, we're going to have the folks the links to your Twitch and everything coming up in the description. I do thank you so much for coming on, and thanks for sticking with all of my missed times over the last couple of days.
Yeah,
I wish you the best, and when you've got some big things coming up, let me know so we can do some promos for you. Okay?
no problem. Is it okay if I say one thing to them very quickly?
Yeah, absolutely.
I just want to send a message of positivity very quickly, and just like a little pick me up to everybody who's watching. I just want to say, you guys should love yourselves and always appreciate yourselves, and that there's always going to be people out there who will tell you that you're not this or you're not that or you're not worth it. But those people's opinions don't matter because it's your life and it's you in the end who chooses what you do with your own life. So you guys should love yourself no matter what, and just know that you guys are worth it. And if you're having fun doing stuff, then continue doing it because in the end, you'll love yourself for doing it and you'll enjoy yourself so much. Just remember that.
Well done. Thank you.
No problem.
Thank you for listening to Eric Loy Interviews. Join us again next time when we talk to another member of the always interesting VTuber community.